Hi everyone, my name is Nika. Welcome to my channel. I would like to do a couple of videos talking about cloth diapering with cotton and wool. So when I was starting my journey with cloth diapering with my first child, I have two kids now, I was a little intimidated because there's a lot of information on the internet about cloth diapering with polyester and bamboo diapers, reusable diapers. But there was very little information about cloth diapering with cotton and wool, as it is at the moment a little less popular. I was very intimidated. I knew nothing about cloth diapering at all because my parents used disposable diapers and everybody I knew used disposable diapers. So yeah, I would like to do a little series talking about everything I know about cloth diapering with cotton and wool, and hopefully it will be helpful to some of you and will encourage you to join the club. So one of the main reasons for why I wanted to do cloth diapering with cotton as opposed to something like polyester or bamboo was because I want to minimize the amount of microplastics and chemicals that go into my baby's skin, that are in the contact of my baby's skin, especially around like such an important area. Obviously, polyester cloth diapers, as well as like majority of disposable diapers, are made out of microplastics, and they're in direct contact of with your skin, and that plastic keeps on rubbing into your baby's skin, and your baby's skin is a barrier, but it absorbs, creams, not just creams, water, but also the chemicals in your clothing, which is why some people get rashes from like hard detergents. And microplastics also get absorbed into the skin. So I would like to avoid as many plastics in direct contact with my baby's skin or mouth as possible. So that was the first reason why I wanted to try out cloth diapering with cotton. The reason why I avoid bamboo as well, a lot of people think that, like bamboo, it's made out of plant, it's a green plant, so it's like safe, right? Any kind of tensile bamboo fabric, anything made out of like wood pulp essentially, has to go through very intense chemical processing. And those chemicals, I just do not trust that those chemicals and bleach actually get completely washed out from the fabrics. I know that cotton is also processed. First you get like the cotton plant and then it has to be processed. But I do think that organic cotton fabric is much safer than any kind of bamboo, and definitely than any kind of like polyester fabric. So reason number two for why I choose to cloth diaper with cotton and wool over the polyester and bamboo fabrics is actually hygiene. I think like majority of you have some kind of polyester clothing, and I don't know, in my experience in the past when I would wear like polyester turtlenecks or t-shirts, I would have to carry a couple extra t-shirts with me just in case, because over the years they start smelling. No matter how much I wash them, they would always smell. I never had this problem with like my cotton t-shirts because they would always just wash out. And so the issue is that the reusable polyester diapers, they have water repellent qualities, and because they have water repellent qualities, it's a little more difficult to wash out the detergent, the what goes into the diaper. So it's essentially a breeding ground for bacteria. Whereas with cotton you can sterilize. With the cotton diaper, again, you can put it on high heat wash and it will sterilize it. You might have a stain left over on the diaper, but you just put it in the sun and the sun bleaches it naturally. No need to use like intense bleach. Whereas with the polyester diaper, you put it in the sun, it starts decomposing and releasing microplastics, Reason number three for why I chose the cloth diaper with cotton and wool is it can be very cheap. Some woolen covers are pricey. I would say that actually always cross-check on different websites, because on some websites these are way pricier, like twice as expensive than on other websites. But you can always get these, and even the cloth diapers themselves, you can always get them secondhand. Again, you can completely sterilize, well, at least the cotton diapers, you can completely sterilize them. So there's really no issue with buying them secondhand. Whereas with the polyester ones, I would think twice about doing that. You can always get them secondhand. You can always get these secondhand. And my very talented friend, Christina, she made one of these out of an old sweater, old shrunk sweater. So I'm sure some of you have old woolen shrunk sweaters laying around. It's not very difficult, like just by hand, to make one of these guys. So you can make cloth diapering as cheap or as expensive as you'd like. There are different types of like cotton layers. I'll talk about them in a different video, watch out for that. There are workhorses, which are essentially already shaped ones, and they are more expensive than if you buy just like burp cloth material and do 500 folds with them. So these guys, for example, just to give you an idea, a workhorse can cost like $11, $12, whereas this guy I think costs $2 to $3 per diaper. And you get like, I don't know, like 24 of these. But again, I bought the size when my first one was 5 months old, and I used him until he was 12 months old. So the same 24 I used for, um, my math is horrible. It's for 7 months straight. Um, and I didn't use anything else. So this saves you a lot of money. Okay, so now for the downsides for why people might not choose cloth diapering with cotton and wool. The first and very obvious downside is that you do have to change them more often than you would in obviously a disposable and even in the polyester reusable. So maybe not at first. When newborns, you do have to change them every half an hour because they go very, very often. But when your child gets to like 5, 6 months of age, with a disposable, you can go like a couple of hours. With a reusable polyester, you can go a little longer because the child doesn't feel as wet. Whereas with the cotton one, you do have to change them every like half an hour. If you're unlucky, like immediately after a change. Um, like the longest maybe an hour and a half, depending on how often obviously your child goes. That is the main downside of the cotton and wool diapers. The second downside is when your child is a newborn and if you're breastfeeding and they're breastfed, exclusively breastfed, you don't need to do extra washing. You just put your cotton diaper into the washing machine and that's it. The poop is water soluble, so you don't not need to like pre-rinse the diaper. You might have to bleach it afterwards in the sun a little bit, but that's the maximum that you'll have to do. If your child is on formula or starting solids, the story is a little different. If you're lucky and your child like goes to the bathroom every couple of days, it's not that much more work. But if you have a child who goes to the bathroom every like 3, 4 times a day, that's quite a bit of work to like rinse out the diapers. But again, like you just get used to it. You get a toilet sprayer and it's a little more work, but it's like 20 minutes every couple of days. But yeah, you do have to like hand wash them. And obviously, this is a downside exclusively of cotton and wool cloth diapering. If the poop gets onto the woolen cover, majority of the woolen covers, if not all of them, you cannot put them into the washing machine because this is, especially this one is like a knit loose fabric. If you put this in the washing machine, it's going to felt. You have to hand wash it, which is a little annoying, and you also have to lanolize it to make this a little more like waterproof, water repellent, whatever the word is. So this does take a little more work than the reusable polyester diapers. But again, I think all the benefits I've mentioned before way outweigh this like little inconvenience. So if you change your child reasonably often, you do not need to wash these very often. You can like wash and manualize them every 2, even 4 weeks, to be honest. Because like if this gets wet, you just air dry it and then it doesn't smell afterwards. It like airs out, it like self cleans itself. I don't know how, but it does. It does not smell of anything at all. So it's a little more work, but I think again, all the benefits way outweigh this minor inconvenience. So yeah, these are the pros and cons of using cotton and wool cloth diapering. I hope this video was helpful and I'll be posting more videos about cloth diapering with cotton and wool. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of things. So yeah, let me know and I will do my best to answer all your questions. Thank you.